Hello and welcome to XTV and welcome to DH1. Tonight we're bringing you the Guild elections live. As you may notice if you are a former member of the university or if you've seen an elections broadcast on XTV before, we're in a different location this year. The elections have moved to DH1, the Guild's beautiful new construction, which is really going to showcase everything that's going on tonight. So we've got a great show for you coming up tonight. We're going to have interviews with candidates, interviews with former Sabbs, and of course, every result. This year, there have been a couple of changes to the way that the campaigns have been run. Flyering has been banned as part of campaigning because students banned it here at Exeter. And as a consequence, all of the candidates have turned to social media in order to promote themselves. And we're talking pretty good figures. As of noon this afternoon, yeah, that makes sense. As of noon this afternoon, the candidates' YouTube videos had amassed a total of views double the number of voters at that point. The figures now changed, but we'll give you a little bit more on that in a second. For now, however, get ready for a great show. I'm here with Rory. My name's Alex, in case you didn't already know. And up here, we're going to be having all of our chats with the candidates, with the former Sabbs, and just generalised chit-chat, really. So we'll be switching between the two locations, but don't worry, every time there's any awards or anything exciting going on downstairs, we'll be down there with you, and I might be too if you're lucky. So, Rory, we've been told, first thing we've got to do is predictions. Now, we can only do this because obviously voting closed at 5 p.m. So our predictions by no way reflect the opinions of any of the ex-medias. They are nothing but our own. And of course, as the elections are closed, they can have absolutely no consequence.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Okay, well, I think I know who's got it for Guild President. I'm going to definitely go with the lovely Laura Jane Tiley. For VP activities, I think it's going to be a close one. I'm currently kind of torn between Katie and Nick Ramel. For education, I'm going to go with George Flower. I think he's going to do really well on second votes, actually. And for welfare and diversity, I'm going to have to go with my girl, Meg Lawrence, because I think it's going to be close between her and Naomi, but I think she might just nab it because I think she might get a lot of secondary voting, which I think is really going to decide the votes tonight.
Yeah, to explain the secondary vote system, effectively the Guild uses STV, which is single transferable vote, which means that no one's vote is wasted, because you rank the candidates in order from 1 to 7, and then if your top-rated candidate becomes eliminated, then your second-place votes are redistributed amongst the other candidates. Well, I haven't necessarily put as much thought into secondary voting, but I think I'd have to agree. I think it's going to have to be LJ for president for me. VP activities, don't want to do bad by my homeboy. I love him. I love Nick. But I think and I fear, although she will do an absolutely fantastic job, Katie's just pipped him. He is the co-station manager of XTV, though, so that's why I've got to say it with a little bit of regret. For education, I think we disagree. I think it's going to be Charlie Evans for me.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, he could be a bit of a dark horse in this because he's a second year, isn't he? But I think he's had a good campaign, very strong. So, yeah.
He has been strong, yeah. I mean, he's gone for a slightly sort of different lilt to his manifesto with some of the other candidates. But nonetheless, I think that I think it is going to be a close one, definitely. And the Naomi Meg Lawrence competition. Of course, every candidate has been incredibly strong this year, and we'll touch on that in a second, but I think I'm going to have to agree with Meg.
Yeah, I just feel that she's going to be getting a lot of the votes from, say, Harry and Josh, who I consider possibly the outsiders. I feel a lot of people will look at Meg's manifesto and kind of consider that as their secondary choice, and she's going to do well off the transferable vote system, I would say.
We really do have to stress that every candidate this year has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
We've been blessed with some of the best election debates definitely the best that I've ever seen, and some of the best that have probably happened throughout the
AU
history.
president.
Yeah.
Who do you think's got it for AU?
I'm going to have to go Charlie Whitworth, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon Charlie. Or maybe, I mean, Bristow could get it. There's a lot of love for Bristow.
Yeah, and of course we've got trustees and internationals, but I don't think I'm positioned to call either of those, especially when there are 4 trustees.
Yeah, it's difficult, really.
But of the main positions, yeah, as we were saying, basically it's some of the best election debates that I've ever seen, and I imagine that there's ever been at the uni. And I think it's a result of that 7,431 Exeter students have voted.
It's crushed the record, actually, hasn't it?
It is, indeed. It's the highest ever record for the university. Yeah. It's not the highest ever in the country because smaller guilds and larger guilds tend to have sort of different voter turnouts, but it is the highest recorded for the sector, if you know what I mean. So the unis of a similar size, no one's hit the 41% mark that Exeter's hit this year, which is pretty damn incredible. Yeah. And it just goes to show as well that whoever it is that gets elected, not only was it not without a lot of competition, but every single person has done an absolutely fantastic job. But yeah, so looking forward to the night.
I am. I'm obviously nervous for my friends that are running in the competition, but I'm sure that it will be a fair result and a deserving winner for each of the candidates. So yeah.
As am I. Right, okay, well, we'll be back with you shortly, and enjoy the night. So, how have you found this week? Obviously there have been some changes, which we will explain in full in a second, but how have you found it?
I actually think, because I'm in third year now, this has been the nicest campaign week that I've experienced, just because without the flyers system, I feel that people have really taken the time to encourage our manifesto points rather than gimmicks. And I just feel the whole week has been a lot more relaxed, and I think the higher voter turnout has kind of shown that that's been a positive thing, getting rid of those flyers, because I think it was just such a waste of paper. And it kind of meant that people would just kind of walk up to you and thrust them in your hands without really saying anything. It's made the campaign teams actually really work hard.
Well, I definitely agree about it being a better, not wasting paper, and it's sort of led to better all-round campaigning. But I'm not sure that I agree that it's led to fewer gimmicks. Because as I was saying earlier, I reckon that there have been a much greater focus on social media and YouTube videos. And at noon today, as again I was saying earlier about YouTube videos, but at noon today, the Facebook pages for all of the presidential candidates summated to have the same number of likes as 30% of the voter turnout to that point. So, I mean, there's definitely a heavy focus on social media this year. But I also do agree that a lot of the manifestos are incredibly considered.
Yeah, and I think as well, I think actually Naomi Armstrong's campaign is a really good example of a nice kind of play on a slogan, but still serious issues that she wants to tackle and deal with, and a really good example of kind of a fun video, but also one with really concrete aims that we can all get behind. So I think I've seen more of that this year than I have in other years, I would say.
Yeah, I'd agree. For those who haven't seen it, which is probably anyone that's not part of the elections week, Naomi's video started off with her doing the old Noel Fielding whipped cream moon, which was just brilliant. Yeah. I've been shaving foam. Can't let you know for sure on that one. And then I went through a stirring rendition of Uptown Funk, which
reworded, we might add.
Reworded and rapped to perfection by Naomi.
Yeah.
And she also had in a secondary video that was played on Facebook only, her and a certain member of The Only Way is Essex just backing her team there.
Yeah, you might not have heard. I'm betting that you have, that Naomi is a contestant on Take Me Out. Which she actually, I'll give it to her, she didn't trust that too much into her campaign. So
no, well, it was. I think it was the first line though on the Tabs article about it.
Yeah.
Can't comment about their journalism necessarily. It's not necessarily reflective of the candidate.
No.
What other creative campaigns have you seen this week?
I I really liked Laura Jane Tiley's campaign. LGT was inspired. It saved me so much money from going to AMT every day, picking up a nice kind of cup of tea for free.
The viewership figures on that as well.
Yeah.
Basically, Laura gave out free tea to people that were going past as her third initial is T, and it was LJT.
But yeah, inspired. And with her little manifesto point as well on the side of the cup as well occasionally.
It's just beautiful.
It's
But
a beautiful idea.
she's videoed it and put it on the Facebook group. And again, as of noon today, when we did all of our fact-checking, those YouTube videos had a combined viewership of over 3,000 people. And I mean, that says something, because 3,000 people on Facebook, which is arguably a pretty primary medium for engaging students, is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it is, and I definitely think it's impacted on the way people have voted this year. It's kind of made it less, in a way, about campus, I think, than the other years were, which has its pros and cons, I think, because I definitely felt, in some respects, and I guess maybe this is a negative effect of getting rid of flyers, there was a little bit less of an atmosphere on campus than I've experienced the last kind of my first and second year here, because it was, like I said, mentioned before, a lot more kind of conversation focused, meaning that people had less time to kind of thrust things at you, and it was more about, I guess, quality than quantity with regards to campaigning.
It's funny that you say that, because just a couple of days ago I went up to a couple of the people who sort of work up in the guild, and we were just chatting about how they reckon that the week was going. They'd set a target of breaking the 40%. Sorry, I just got a bit tongue-tied there. Yes, so they said that they had set their target for 40%. Obviously, in the end, we hit 42%, which is amazing. But I was saying at the time, incorrectly, that I feared that because of the lack of flowering and because of the sort of reduced atmosphere on campus, that it wasn't going to encourage that many people to come. And actually, I personally, while it's incredibly annoying when you've got people thrusting flyers at you when you're going up and down the hill, I kind of like that.
I like the atmosphere effect of it. It was a lot more kind of, I really felt the last 2 years more so than this year that I was in Sabb, whereas I walked up today and it was actually quite sparse, everyone on campus. I mean, I could see, some orange and blues, black and white shirts everywhere, but it was very sparse. There weren't even that many people on campus. I mean, maybe that was just because it was really cold, but
well, on Monday,
definitely, just kind of the last 2 days especially, I noticed.
Well, on Monday when I came up, first thing I said was, God, it's empty. There's almost no one around. And I said, it's 2 p.m. So,
yeah.
But yeah, basically, I've thought that the changes that they've made have they've had mixed rewards. Another change that has been sort of put into place for this campaigns week is no candidates this year are allowed to bring in sponsorship or bring in money from any external sources. They're all given a budget of £100, and with those £100, they have to arrange all of their campaigns material, all their promotional material, and in the past, you've had people contacting sort of chocolate companies, that sort of thing, and getting products that they could sort of dish out to people. But not this year, which I think is why LJT did well to exploit that by choosing something like tea, which is cheap enough that you can give it out to everyone. Definitely. But it's been interesting to see exactly what candidates have done with their £100 budgets.
Yeah, it has been, and how creatively some, like you said, LJT is a great example. Thinking outside of the box, because I mean, I can't remember any year when they were giving out tea. It really was an inspired thing, I have to say.
The tea is mental, but it also, some of the, and this is for all of the candidates, but some of the posts on the Facebook pages have been truly strange. There was my favourite, which does have to go to LJT again, is someone dressed up as Dobby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, curled up in a ball just behind us, actually, down by Prime Minister, that bastion of commercialism. They were curled up dressed as Dobby, and they were doing the old, Dobby can't vote. And then LJ presented them with a voting slip, and Dobby was liberated.
Student ID, so Dobby became a student.
It was spectacular.
Yeah.
I hope never to see it again.
There was, and then there's been all kinds of sing-alongs, like Callum Kumar Shaw, another presidential candidate, did a Lion King where he changed "I'm gonna be a mighty king" to "Mighty Prez," which was quite interesting, I thought.
Special mentions obviously got to go out to Kwasi, who did a shot-for-shot remake of the John Lewis advert.
Yeah.
obviously with changed lyrics.
We'll have to see how that pays off. Yes.
And Charlie Evans again, mentioned him earlier,
Oh.
Charlie Evans running for VP Education, did perhaps the most surreal
Hard to
version.
look away.
Yeah, version of Charlie and the Chocolate
Even though
Factory.
a lot of times I wanted to, but
It was
yeah.
sort of, the camera work was, it was as if, to get nerdy on you, it was as if someone had turned the shutter speed down so low that every image was blurred. It was the strangest trip I've ever experienced during elections week.
he definitely utilised the campus space. Give him that, but
Yeah. And as did Nick, Nick Rommel, who stuck a bit of St. Luke's in his video.
oh yeah, very nice to see.
Some pretty shots there.
And then as well, Katie's, who also was for activities that we both predicted actually, very
Spectacular.
bright.
Yeah,
Very bright though.
I get it was
Yeah,
overexposed.
I mean, I get with the glasses,
but the
but
glasses
it was,
was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, that
it
was
was
cool.
Katie Tunstall's Suddenly I See, and
Yeah.
it began. Everything was blurred. Katie O'Connor, the candidate, wears glasses,
Yeah.
and so it began with everything blurred. And she went up Forum Hill. Someone presented her glasses, and then she put them on, and suddenly everything came into focus.
Yeah, it was
It's
pretty cool.
it's possibly cliche, but I think it looked pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
it was not. It was kind of simple but effective. A bit. I mean, I thought a little bit overexposed, but nice done. I mean, she's
So-
a drama student though, so I guess
She is a drama student,
Yeah.
yeah, and sort of that showed throughout
Yeah.
her debate as well,
Yeah.
because she's so eloquent
strong
and
public speaker.
absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So as you'll be able to see in just a second, there some still setting up downstairs. We have just a few minutes to wait now before the whole night kicks off, and then we'll take you back down there. But in the meantime, you can still enjoy the thoroughly exciting conversation between Rory and I. I'm one of the station managers of XTV, and
I am features print editor for Expose.
so between us we have a heavily media bias,
Yeah.
but still quite a well-rounded, I'd say, sort of view of the elections week.
Definitely.
So we'll be sort of doing the
Look at everything
punditry.
objectively. But yeah.
We should be going downstairs in just a second. I'm just going to pass you over to Rory while I just go and get ready downstairs.
Great. Yeah, so the night is going to continue on. It should only be a few minutes now. I believe that the first position that's going to be listed out is student trustee. After that, I'm thinking we might have the international officer next. And then it's the VPs, and then finally the presidents. And it'll be very interesting as well to see by what margins everyone wins. As we're doing a transferable vote system, it will actually work. Instead of announcing the winner straight away, they will announce it in knockouts. So the person who's come fourth or fifth, depending on the number of people running, will be announced first until finally the winner is announced. Yeah, so tweet us if you would like at XTV Online, maybe where we read out some of your tweets if they're interesting, or alternatively just use the hashtag Exeter Vote, and then we can read out the most interesting ones. And we should be. Oh, Alex is back.
Hello, I return. So I just went basically to find out a little bit more about timings and when the night's going to kick off. We're expecting about sort of 3, 4, possibly 5 minutes. So I'm going to head downstairs and we'll sort of split the chat and show you a little bit about what's going on downstairs. So I'll see you in just a few seconds.
Mm-hmm. And I will still be here. But yeah, so get tweeting to us. I'm just going to read out some tweets that we have now. We have a tweet with the Exeter hashtag from Will Short saying, just been called Guild Short, in inverted commas. I take that as a massive compliment. Fran Lowe has tweeted, so nervous, never knew I would feel this emotionally invested in hashtag Exeter Vote. It's been a big week, everyone deserves it. But yeah, so I'll keep on reading out those tweets, and then we'll also hopefully be interviewing some of the candidates as they win. This is obviously depending on how available they are, but we should hopefully be getting some of them. And if you have any questions that you would like us to ask us, how about you tweet XTV online? And if you would, again, like to get your voice heard, just use the Exeter Vote hashtag, and then I might read you out if you're interesting. We've got, it's quite going a bit crazy on Twitter. The last few nights, the hashtag Exeter Vote has actually gone. Oh, we're going downstairs now, actually. So yeah, see you in a bit. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, thanks for the applause. Okay, moving past the heckling portion of the night. So I apologise for the delays in starting this evening. We've obviously had some technical difficulties, but I'm so glad that you've all stuck around to hear the results, support your friends, and see the efforts of all your hard work from this week. So welcome to the results party for the 2015 sabbatical election. Woo! As your returning officer, I'm satisfied that this election has been conducted fairly. As I'm sure candidates are very aware, I'd like to congratulate you all on behalf of the Students' Guild for an amazing campaign week. We've seen some very inspiring campaigns and so much hard work from all of you. Having worked with you this week, I know how tired and emotional many of you are feeling now, but I hope that you've enjoyed your campaign week regardless and have made some unforgettable memories and gained valuable skills to take away from you. I know that myself and Julia are very proud of how you've all conducted yourself this week and the efforts that you've all made to make this campaign week better than any campaign we've ever seen before. So it's been our pleasure to work with you as candidates and campaigners and made some wonderful friends. And in case you hadn't already heard, Exeter is now officially the most democratically engaged body in the UK with an... So with 7,431 votes, the election turnout was 42.16%. Tonight, we'll be announcing the results for the International Officer, our new Student Guild student trustees, and the winners of the Sabb election itself. We'll also be revealing the results of the Sabbies, nominated by you, as in campaign teams and campaign managers, and judged by your sabbatical officers and myself and Julia. We have a little something for each winner, so please come up to collect your prize when announced. Lastly, you might have already seen that Comida is open this evening, serving drinks and snacks. We'll be taking 2 short breaks during the announcements, so please keep yourselves... Well, this is uncomfortable. This it's not my turn to cry. God. Okay. So please keep yourself fed and watered. Also, a reminder that the Voice Nightline is open this evening, as is every evening, 8 till 8. If anyone, just. Whoa. Okay. I'd like to welcome to the stage Matt Bates, Vice President of Activities, who's our lead Sabb in democracy, to say a few additional words.
Okay, thank you very much, Emily, for that kind introduction. I will try and be very brief because I don't want to keep the tension going for too long, but I thought it'd be really important to say a few thank yous to people that have worked really hard to make these elections possible, both staff and students. Firstly, on the staff front, I think it's been a huge team effort really by the entire guild, so I'd like to thank every single guild department, from academic representation to A&V to trading. Everyone has really pulled together on this, so thank you from all of us here for your work. I would like to add in particular, first of all, some thanks to my other members of the Sabb team for all of your lecture hits during the week. Also to communications and marketing, led by Tasha and Steve. You've been real troopers this week, making the branding of the elections possible. A big shout out as well to Gareth, who's been leading our election planning groups all the way since September. And finally, a very big thank you to our Change Policy and Research Department, our elections wizard over there in the corner, and also Julia, who has been absolutely fantastic this week supporting the welfare of candidates. So it's a big hand for them, please. So thank you very much to the Guild staff, but also a big thank you to you, the students. A big thank you to our student media for their excellent coverage this week. In particular, a special thanks to everyone involved in the Guild election debates. X-Tech for your absolutely stunning set. I think the forum has never looked so good, if I say so myself. Maybe a broad church aside. A massive thank you to Expression FM for all of your outside broadcasts throughout the week, your coverage. And finally, from the students' media, the king of SAS himself, Ricky Freelove, the chair. And of course, not forgetting Ben Kay, who chaired the AU debate. I think one of the biggest thank yous tonight, though, has to go on the student front to Emily, who has been an absolutely fantastic senior elections officer. So please give her a big hand. I think all it leaves me to say is a big thank you to you, the candidates and the campaign teams. You've put in so much work, and I'm sure each of us will say a little bit about our own candidates. But enjoy the evening, try not to be too nervous, and good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. This is going to be a recurring theme. Sorry. Okay, so kicking off the results portion of the night, we're going to start with the results of the International Officer election. Please welcome to the stage Titus Ching, who is our current International Officer.
Hi guys. Before I begin, I'd just like to say that it's so great to see so many international students involved this year, and it's so great to see so many local students involved as well in the International Officer vote. So, without further ado, let's talk about the votes. Round 1. Ron, 213. Nandini, 503. Iris, 1,168. Shirin, 470. Ben, 1,213. Ron was eliminated and votes were redistributed. Round 2, Nandini, 507. Iris, 1,170. Shirin, 473. Ben, 1,215. Shirin was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Round 3. Nandini, 601. Iris, 1,250. Ben, 1,305. For the final round, Nandini was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Iris, 1,431. Ben, 1,456.
Oh, so close, so close. But with just over 300 votes, if that's what that's it.
Your newly elected international officer is Ben Tao. Ben, can you come up? Well, I'd like to thank my team first of all, for all the support they've given me. And I also want to thank for those who have voted for me, both local students and international students. So, yeah, I mean, I'll try to do my best next year and just help university. Cool.
Well done, Ben. Excellent job. Okay, we could collect the rabble. Okay. Shh. Oh gosh. What power? Okay. Rachel Gilly's cringing at the front because I've got the microphone. Okay. So, whoa. Okay. Everyone just shut their eyes. No, it's just a sign. Ooh, it's student trustee next. Anyway, first. Okay. Let's bring it back to the room and away from the PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, so for our first Sabby of the night, so as I've previously explained, Sabbies are awards for people's recognition of their efforts that they put in this week. So our first Sabby of the night is for the most supportive campaign team member, okay? The prize for the team member who is their team rock and support, who they couldn't have done without during the week. The winner of the Sabby for the most supportive campaign team member is Fran Lowe from Team Meg. So, Fran, we've got a little something for Fran. So I don't know whether Fran wants to make her way to the stage, if she can. Is she here? Is she here? There? Oh, all the way in the corner. Ooh, sorry. Okay, we could just part. Let's try and part this over here. Okay. There we go. Andy Hyam presenting. So much support, Andy. Congratulations to Fran and Team Meg. If you'd like to welcome to the stage Anna Collin to do the student trustee results.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much all for coming. It's been an amazing week and an amazing voting turnout, so congratulations and well done to everybody who has run. So without further ado, I will announce that the 4 student trustees for the next academic year goes to Jack Caulfield, Rob Cross, Richard Griffiths and Will Short. Congratulations. Congratulations to all candidates. Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
To the point. Okay, swiftly moving on. So, well done to all our student trustees. We're working part-time in the guild for the next year. So, our next Sabby is, that's not right. Okay, our next Sabby is for the best branding of a campaign. We had a lot of nominations for this. I'm sure you've all seen some excellent campaigns around campus. But after much consultation, we've decided that the winner of the best branding for a campaign was the Naomi Armstrong Welfare and Diversity campaign. So, campaign manager to the stage. Hannah Peck. There you go. Woo! Okay, so moving on to our first sabbatical officer results, I'll be welcoming Ben Street, current VP Education, to the stage to announce the results.
It's kind of weird being back. Good evening. It's my absolute privilege this evening to be able to announce the results of the Vice President Education debate, but of the election. That's a good start. But on a more serious note, before I do, I wanna thank all of the Vice President Education candidates. And I really want you guys to actually put your hands together for the 5 of them who have been absolutely exceptional this week. So that's Charlie Evans, Shumi Kadir, Joe Levy, George Flower, and Bethan Jones. I also very quickly want to say that I'm incredibly proud standing on the stage a year on after being elected. And I want to thank all the amazing people that I work with and who have got us all to where we are today. So thank you very much. So, without further ado, so the results of the Vice President Education Round 1. Reopen nominations, 105. Charlie Evans, 1,412. George Flower, 945. Bethan Jones, 1,661. Shumi Kadir, 423. Joe Levy, 549.
So after the first round, it's Bethan Jones.
Ron was eliminated and the votes were redistributed.
Votes to be redistributed for the next
Round 2. Round 2. Charlie Evans, 1,415. George Flower, 946. Bethan Jones, 1,661. Shumi Kadir, 427. Joe Levy, 551. Shumi Kadir was eliminated and the votes were redistributed.
So no change in the ranking.
Round 3. Charlie Evans, 1,459. George Flower, 975. Bethan Jones, 1,716. Joe Levy, 601. Joe Levy was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Round 4. Charlie Evans, 1,561. George Flower, 1,102. Bethan Jones, 1,830.
So you can see here the single transferable vote working. So George Flower will now be eliminated and his votes will be redistributed.
George Flower was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Final round. Charlie Evans, 1,781. Bethan Jones, 2,176. Your newly elected Vice President Education is Bethan Jones.
VP Education.
This is a dream. Thank you so much, everybody that's helped me so much. Like my housemates who are here have been amazing. My campaign manager, Alicia, who's been like in hospital and drugged up for the past week and hasn't been here, bless her. Everybody, like all the music societies, everybody that's helped out, it's been amazing. My mum and dad, and my sister. Thank you so much for electing me. I literally can't believe this is real life. I don't even know what to say, I didn't prepare anything. I hope I do a really good job and I hope it was worth it.
Here with Ben Street, the current VP Education. So Ben, could you call that one before?
I'm incredibly happy for Beth, and I think she's done an absolutely amazing job this week. Have all the candidates. It was incredibly tough, but I'm sure she'll do an absolutely brilliant job. Like, I'm incredibly excited for her. I think she thoroughly deserves it after the amazing effort she's put in this job, and she's very passionate, which is the most important thing about the role. So I'm absolutely delighted that I get the opportunity to work with her this summer, and I think she'll do an amazing job for Exeter students.
Great, thanks very much, Ben.
Okay, so I'm here with the Sabbs from yesteryear, last year. What do you think about the result then, Bethan Jones? Have you followed her campaign at all or seen her video? It was very good.
Yes. So there's a bit of a tradition in the role of VP Education to be incredibly awkward across the board. So I thought her speech was a little bit disappointing in that regard. She didn't ruin anything and she seemed really nice and clearly ran a really good campaign.
Is she too cool to be VP Education?
You don't have to be cool to be VP Education. I can promise you that as a previous VP Education-ish.
No, I said, is she too cool to be VP Education? She should be welfare instead.
Welfare is not even close. It's not even close in coolness. But I don't know, she seems great. We had a chat earlier. I think the whole selection of candidates was brilliant this year. So yeah, I think the right person won. The students always elect the right person. So
yeah, but over 2,000 votes. It's quite incredible, actually, isn't it? A good margin there. Did it make you nostalgic?
What do you think, Jack?
Any of you guys nostalgic with that?
Yeah, I felt very nostalgic. The feeling when you win is incredible, and obviously we were all lucky enough to have that feeling. So I can see, like, obviously I was borderline tears, and she's going to remember this night for the rest of her life. So I think she'll do a really good job, and yeah, she'll really look forward to having a great year next year.
I don't really remember that feeling.
Louch, if XTV have any edit tapes, there's some very good ones of Alex Louch's interview on this night.
I don't remember.
Bumbling.
Well, yeah.
Worse than that.
Blubbering.
I had an evening with the Ram, and the election results came second. So
Yeah, well, it's probably the best way to do it, because if it's a negative result, you don't remember it either. But whereas if it's a positive one, you can remember it, for the rest of the year.
the rest of your life.
Yeah,
This is
the rest
like,
of your life.
Genuinely, this is probably one of the biggest nights we'll have. The winners, all candidates, to be honest, because you put in so much effort throughout the week and so many people help you out. So it's just a night to try and remember for the rest of your life.
We've this campaign week, interestingly, we've actually banned flyers. Do you think that your campaigns would have been a lot harder to kind of push without flyers, or do you think it's a welcome kind of change?
Jack had hashtags.
I had hashtags, which were awful. But no, I think it is a welcome change, actually, because the election turnout was a record turnout. 42%,
Yeah.
so it doesn't seem to have made much difference to these candidates. They've clearly found a way, online, social media, etc., to do that. So yeah, I think
We actually have, sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Jack, but we have the latest VP Education, Bethan Jones. Congratulations, how are you
Thank
feeling?
you. I'm still literally can't believe it's happening. I've just been dragged from interview to interview.
Yeah.
I just haven't actually had a chance to pinch myself.
But yeah, was there anyone that kind of had you a little bit scared there, or were you feeling confident when they were being read out? Or?
They were all amazing. Like, I was really lucky because they were so nice, and I was like, oh my god, they can just win anyone over because they're just such lovely people. Honestly, like I just have to say, like, an amazing well done to the rest of them, because they were so good and so nice and so supportive, and like yeah, they were all amazing. They all had me worried, to be honest.
Your campaign video is actually one of my favourites. Did it take you a long time to choreograph that amazing? Because you're in Sweet Nothings.
Yes.
Did it take a long time to do?
To help me. Not to choreograph, because we all kind of just sat down and all stood up. But arrange.
Arrange.
No, it didn't take too long to arrange musically, but to get all the people together, I was like harassing people and harassing them, because I was just like, it's going to look so poo if there's like 5 of us. But luckily, people showed up, because I went into quite a few different rehearsals from random different groups to try and persuade people to come, and they did. And they showed up, which is so nice to take the time out of your like busy lives.
Yeah, because I mean, the campaign week really is a lot about your friends, isn't it? Who kind of help you and kind of bolster you up. Is there anyone that you want to say a special thanks to? Or?
There are too many people. Like, I mean, there have been so many people that have been ill or injured that have shown up anyway. Like my campaign manager, bless her, she has been. She was in hospital and all drugged up, and she couldn't. So my other like really close friend, she had pulled all the muscles in her foot and couldn't walk, but she was still there, sat with my like handmade picture frame, like trying to get people to be in photos when she was just sat there like not being able to walk. But so everyone's just been incredible. My house have been amazing to put up with all the dirty mess that's been, like all the crafting that's gone on, and the baking honeycomb. That was a big effort, and like everyone, I can't even think about how many people have helped me.
So what are you most excited about to kind of get started with? And I think you start in August, is it?
I don't even know anymore. Yeah, I feel like they told us to keep July free, but I think I seem to remember meetings happen like straight away, and they like want to help you. Like I'm looking forward to learning a lot, because I felt after the debate that I was very dense and I didn't know enough, and so I'm looking forward to making sure that I learn a lot, and I'm just looking forward to everything. I can't wait I just can't even believe this is real. Oh my god.
Is that what from your manifesto you're most looking forward to kind of implementing?
Oh, I think one of my like flagship policies, because they're ones that people might not expect, like the cross-curricular module fair was one of my things, shouting at people at Forum Hill, so like making sure that they can really research the 30 credits properly, because I know that I did a couple of business modules away from my master's degree and I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know, all of them. I just really want to make sure that it's worth voting for me and that I actually make a difference, basically, and don't let people down, but no pressure.
It would be great. But if you could describe your campaign week in 3 words, what would you put that in?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I've got to have the word buzzing there somewhere. This is funny, and yellow, and just friends. Oh, lame. Friends. Buzzing friends. Super fun. No, that's. What's another word? It's fun buzzing friends. Oh.
It works on so many levels. That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, yeah, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. I'm going to call my mum.
Yeah, no. Congratulations. You won by a really great margin, so you should be Really happy. Congratulations.
Round happened, and then people were like, "Well done, oh my God, you're in the lead." And I was like, "Don't touch me, don't talk to me. It's not done
It
yet."
must be a bit disconcerting as well, because I mean we've seen it in past elections where you see
Where
someone
people
in the lead and
overtake.
then the second votes. 'Cause it
I was
really
like,
does
I
the
don't want to
transferable
believe it
vote.
until I'm on like accepting it from Ben.
Yeah.
But I still don't really believe it, to be honest.
Well, it's happened, so go call your mum.
I'm gonna go call my
But yeah, thanks for giving us a bit of time. I know it's a little bit of a mental kind of day, but yeah, and
I feel like a celebrity.
well, you are now. You are.
Gonna have my face in the form.
Yeah, Sabb selfie every week. Everyone's going to be Sabbing. Yeah, but definitely go for the photos, I'd say, because I know that the cartoons were a thing last year. Do you know? Remember the cartoons of like Hannah Barton and Jack Curtis Rendell and stuff? Don't go for those. I'd say stick with the photos. They're better. So if you get a say.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm sure I will.
But
I'll
yeah.
get say everything.
Yeah.
I heard.
Right.
Yes. That's
Anyway,
me.
enjoy, and I hope that your mum is very happy. I'm sure she will be.
Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, so if you want to go call your mum. But yeah. Okay, so a great result from tonight. But yeah. Oh, so we're going back downstairs now, I think, to see the next selection vote.
We're now having a brief interlude where people can get drinks, and then we're going to launch straight back into it with VP Welfare. After Welfare, we're going to be taking the winner of that straight up to the studio for an interview when there's going to be another Sabb award announced. We'll obviously let you know the result of that. And then after that, we're going to be going straight to activities. So next up, we've got Welfare, and then we've got activities. At the moment, of course, we are still enjoying the break in the dimly lit DH1. So I might see if I can just find a random member of the public to speak to, find out how they're finding the results tonight so far. So let's find someone that's not looking too busy. And of course, in the meantime, we've got to remember that it's an incredibly impressive turnout. We're still looking at that 7,431 number of voters. So we'll be coming back in just a second, but I've just found a random member of the public. So, hello.
Hello.
How are you finding the results tonight so far?
I am so nervous, but it's been an amazing evening, but that sick feeling in my stomach is not shifting.
Hi,
Great.
can everyone
Okay, we're going to take you back to the main stage now.
Could you please make your way back to where you were seated before so we can continue with our results nights? Will Shaw, stop kissing your fans, please move. So we're going to continue with the Sabbies before moving on to the results of VP Welfare and Diversity. So if I could regain your attention. Okay, so our next Sabb Award is for the most engaging game or event. This year was all about making campaigning fun, especially with the reduction of flyers. And we've seen some great campaigns which set out to involve and engage students. The winner of the Sabb went to great lengths to create a different challenge every day to engage her campaigners and get them to interact with her. Doing a 15-second challenge. So the most engaging game or event is Josie Vickers. So, yeah, oh, excellent, thank you. That's for you. Well done. Okay. Congratulations, Josie and team. Wonderful. And for anyone who didn't realise, and I didn't until day 3, every suggestion that she had rhymed with Vickers. And today's suggestion was knickers. Make of that what you will. Please welcome Kate Hawkins to the stage to announce your new Vice President Welfare and Diversity.
Hi everyone, good evening. Just want to say a quick thanks to all 4 candidates. You've all been so amazing this week. Your campaign teams have been really good and you've been supporting each other so well. You're all deserving of being the VP Welfare, but good luck to all of you. There it goes. Round 1. Reopen nominations, 118. Naomi Armstrong, 1,909. Josh Creek, 656. Harry Hancock, 1,077. Meg Lawrence, 1,145. Ron was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Round 2. Naomi Armstrong, 1,913. Josh Creek, 657. Harry Hancock, 1,080. Meg Lawrence, 1,148. Round 3. Josh Creek was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Naomi Armstrong, 2,047. Harry Hancock, 1,193. Meg Lawrence, 1,264. Final round of your VP Welfare and Diversity for 2015. Harry Hancock was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Naomi Armstrong, 2,351. Meg Lawrence, 1,523. Your newly elected VP Welfare and Diversity for 2015 is Naomi Armstrong.
So there was indeed a secondary rush for Meg Lawrence, but in the end it was Naomi who emerged the clear victory of that one.
So strong. Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for everyone who voted for me. Thank you for my amazing housemates, my campaigns team. You're all just like the best. You're the dream. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for reading my manifesto. I promise I'll create a greater guild. And the other candidates, you were amazing as well. Thank you.
Aww, isn't that cute? Okay, congratulations to Naomi and her team. Well done for all your efforts you put in through this week, and for making Uptown Funk yet again the most annoying song in the world. Okay, so I'm not going to do the dance, Chrissy. Okay, so moving on to our next Sabb Awards from Most Engaged Campaign Team Member. So this is to recognise campaign teamer who's always there, never flagging and giving it their all. I feel like the winner of this Sabb deserves a slight backstory. According to Rachel Gillies, he has only just arrived in Exeter and has made a huge impact on the community of campaigners. He is constantly dancing, always bringing cheer, Deepak, if you'd like to make your way to the front. Oh, he's upstairs! We have to wait! He's coming, he's coming! When he arrives, we have to re-cheer him so that we all know, here he is, woo! Thank you to your fans.
How are you feeling? Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't really even know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling numb, but like so good. I just don't even believe it's real. Like literally, like this past day has just been like delirium. Like I'm not gonna wake up, you know. Like I'm just so tired. I don't know what's happening, but like I feel really good. I feel really good.
Have you pinched yourself yet then to make sure it's not a dream?
Just didn't. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so were you kind of, obviously, you know, they were reading them out and then you had the lead at first, but were you kind of like, you know, still quite tense, or did you start to feel confident as it was going, or were you just kind of, I want to wait until the last thing, I want to wait until the last thing kind of?
Well, I just started to smile because I was like, wow, I'm really ahead. But then obviously it can still change with second preferences and stuff, but yeah, I kind of was like, oh gosh, it's going to be really weird if I don't get this now. But yeah, so weird, so weird.
Were you kind of scared or nervous at any point during the week of your other candidates? Was there anyone that you were there?
Yeah, I did think Meg had a really, really strong campaign, and after she did, she had a great performance in the debate as well. So yeah, I thought she was really, really strong. So I thought, you know, she could easily win as well. So yeah.
Well, I just want to say a big congratulations once again, and thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, let's get on to the voting. In round 1, reopen nominations 80. John Chilvers 1,076. I apologise for that. Sam Johnson 571. Katie O'Connor 1,572. Nick Rommel 829. Kwasi Yaboa 1,313. Round 2. Ron was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. John Chilvers 1,078. Sam Johnson 573. Katie O'Connor 1,575. Nick Rommel 830. Kwasi Yaboa 1,315. Round 3. Sam Johnson was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. John Chilvers 1,147. Katie O'Connor 1,687. Nick Rommel 919. Kwasi Yaboa 1,388. Round 4. Nick Rommel was eliminated and the votes were distributed. John Chilvers 1,266. Katie O'Connor 1,890. Kwasi Yaboa 1,580. John Chilvers was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Katie O'Connor 2,283. Kwasi Yaboa 1,845. Katie O'Connor is your newly elected Vice President Activities.
So that's Katie O'Connor, who, with a couple of hundred votes over Kwasi, will be the next VP Activities for next year. And Katie's going to speak to Expression, which, after all, she's on a committee of first. But then after that, we'll grab her for a quick chat.
thank you, everyone that voted for me. I just want to say thank you to all the other candidates as well. It was really hard this week. It was a real challenge, and you all did amazing. So thanks for that. Thanks for my team. You've literally been amazing. I wish this was a team job for next year, because everyone has said, wow, like your team have been so supportive, and I would actually have died on Monday. Oh my God, I'm like shaking. Yeah, thank you for everyone that voted. I just hope next year I can really fulfill everything that I plan to. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now we're going to another short break. We're back in a minute.
Okay, so we're back. We've just watched Katie O'Connor win, but we're actually sitting here with a Sabb winner. How are you feeling winning a Sabb award?
No, I mean, this is actually really just exhilarating, to say the least. You know, it was definitely a shock. You know, I said this when I went down. I was working on Nick's campaign, and so, like, you know, me just being enthusiastic was just me being me. Really, you know, the intention that maybe was brought towards me, I really just wanted to let others see, you know, all the great work that all the candidates were doing themselves. You know,
I think it's a nice kind of addition awarding those working on campaign teams, because obviously it is a massive commitment to give up your time for someone else's job CV, essentially.
No, yeah, I mean, definitely there are a whole bunch of people that work on, you know, all these campaigns tirelessly, and it's just all of them are so deserving, to say the least. You know, and just to have the Sabbies is just an addition that, you know, I think really gives a sense of pride to people. Yeah. And it should definitely encourage others to keep working on campaigns in the future.
Because it's a great kind of life skill really to have, isn't it? I mean, kind of being part of a campaign, because, yeah, it's a transferable skill really, isn't it? So it is a great new addition, I would say, as well. So we have a guild president still to announce. Is there anyone that you're tipping to win this?
Yeah, I mean, I think with all the work that she's done, it's going to go to LJ. You know, mainly because
of the tea.
Maybe because of the tea. I can tell you though, it just seemed that her team was always out there, in large numbers as well. And that's not to take away from the work that other campaigns did, but they're the ones who, you know, were always just in various locations at various times. And so, you know, all of them put in a great amount of work, but I do think it's going to go to LJ.
And what about, have you got any kind of punts for AU president as well that we've still got to hear?
I'll be honest, not so much. I wish I could say I did focus a little more on the other campaigns themselves. You know, I can say though that each campaign ran a ridiculously good one. You know, from the videos to the support themselves, because, you know, the AU is definitely in its own separate category to an extent, and just to see the work that, you know, all these athletes do to, you know, come together and rally behind a certain candidate is just always great to see, you know, and just to see the future kind of, you know, prospects that they could bring to coordination and cooperation with the guild itself.
Would you ever run for a Sabb position?
Well, if I wasn't only here for a term, potentially. You know, I think I've run for a position back home at my university before, and it's fun. Definitely, it's all the thrill in it. You know, win or lose, it's such a rewarding experience. You know, you get to know so much more about yourself and about other systems that you may not know.
Probably builds your confidence as well, whatever the outcome, really. I think we thank you so much for joining us, by the way. It's been a pleasure. I think we're just might be about to see an activities person just downstairs. We're going now.
So that's 2 more sabbatical officer positions announced, as well as obviously Deepak Sabbi. So we've got Katie, who's going to be the new VP Activities, and we've got Naomi, who is going to be the new VP Welfare. And with both of them, I mean, not sort of attributing any success to it, but the campaigns for both of them were undoubtedly incredibly creative. We singled out Naomi's earlier for the fantastic use of uptown funk, for the shaving cream on the face, but obviously for both of them, it's ultimately about the policies. they both have sort of generally broad focuses. Puddings in the RAM looks like are going to be introduced, and healthier options around campus, of course. And then space is a primary issue on, to be honest, a lot of the candidates, but Katie's in particular. So we've finally got AU president and, of course, guild president to announce. We're just waiting to hear from Katie, but after this break's over, we've got the final two, and then that will complete the elected body. Of course, at the moment, every elected sabbatical officer is female, and every elected trustee is male. Although that may change with the guild and AU president, there are a couple of female candidates, and so we could possibly end up with an all-female electorate for next year. It's incredibly exciting. However, for the moment, we're going to sit back and just enjoy the fun and games that are going on, and I'll come back to you with some tweets in just a sec.
So, none of our predicted winners have actually won.
It turns out we're awful at this.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that you should learn from these sabbatical elections, it's do not listen to me or Rory. Although, as I was saying to the viewers earlier,
it was between Naomi and Meg. We always said that.
And we also said that we also picked out the campaigns of all of the winners, although not education. We're really wrong on education.
I did really like her video as well, so I'm surprised that I didn't mention it, because it was a really good video.
Well, it's interesting that, as I was saying to the viewers earlier, that so far every sabbatical officer is female.
Yeah, imagine if we have an all-girl one. That could be pretty cool. I don't think we've... It would be the first time that I've been here, or before. I've never seen one at this uni, and I think it would be really brilliant, because we've had all-male ones before, so why shouldn't we have an all-girl one? So I totally agreed. It should be, yeah, if the president goes to our prediction, which I'm still going to stick with our JT, I have to say. I'm still going to stick. Then that could well be the case.
We could get one out of 4. Though obviously we've still got AU, which is...
And I feel like Charlie will
That's who we could make it 2 and 5, is it? 2 and 6?
2 and 6.
Yeah. It's this sort of thing.
Although I did say Katie, actually. We did kind of guess Katie.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
no,
we got one.
Yeah.
We got one. It's just because we haven't interviewed her yet, so that is why.
We should have Katie coming up fairly soon. She's just chatting to Expression again, as I said earlier. So
she is an Expression girl after all, so she's got to prioritise her media to Expression, because they are her bubs. So yeah. So are you enjoying this evening?
It's mental. I mean, who would have thought that having a studio just up here involves so much running up and down and up and down? It's crazy. It really. I'm going to come out of this looking like
yeah,
Mr. Banner.
Sweaty.
Well, yeah. Okay, you can say it that way.
So this is usually we have the Sabb election kind of results announced in the Lemmy. Do you think it's kind of works better here, or?
Well, we won't talk about the rationale for why it's here. There may or may not have been a double booking, or possibly even a triple booking on the part of the guild. But yes, I think it's working really well here. I mean, the stage setup looks great. The lights are a little bit dim for cameras, but for the audience downstairs, it's looking beautiful.
And the atmosphere is definitely here, because it's in a smaller confined space than the Lemmy. I think it feels a bit more alive, actually.
It does make me wonder if there would have been sort of more people in attendance at the Lemmy, because it is absolutely packed down in DH1, and that could simply be, because it's a smaller space, the same number of people were there, and it's sort of the buzz in the environment, but it could also be that people sort of turned up, seen that it's full, gone home and watched it on the XTV stream instead.
Yeah, that could well be the case. We hope so. But yeah, so do you think, how are you going to predict the kind of margins for the president? Would you say LJT is going to be 500 ahead, or 800 ahead, or 1,000 ahead, or would you say it's going to be a close one? And if it's a close one, who do you think is going to be her closest competitor?
It's a really hard one to call. I mean, without singling out too many people, I think it's definitely going to be close. And looking at the Facebook groups earlier today, LJT's had, I might be slightly off, but LJT's had about 567 likes, and Callum's had, I think, about 517. So if you're going by likes alone, then
they haven't actually been that relative in the last few results, actually.
No,
yeah,
they haven't. Yeah, Facebook has seemed to have sort of less of an effect than we predicted. But anyway, we're going to go back downstairs now.
Back downstairs.
And, we'll leave you with President and AU President.
Yeah, exciting times.
So, just before we move on, I just wanted to say, like, reiterate the words of the Sabbs. Congratulations to everyone who's been elected in, but well done to everyone who put themselves out there and put themselves on the line to be scrutinised and to put themselves in sort of vulnerability. You've all done a really super job. That kind of blends into our next Sabby for the most innovative campaign. This award goes to someone who has done completely the opposite of everyone else, and that's what made it so innovative. Instead of holding a banner and shouting at people on Forum Hill, which appears to work sometimes if you lace it with great manifesto points, but it's tried a different approach of just walking around, talking to people, and seeing what they want. So, Joe Levy, if you'd like to make your way to the stage. And also, on a personal note, I'd actually like to endorse this man as the nicest person I think I've ever met.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone. It's been a real honour and a pleasure to run with all of you. And I'm just really, really delighted to be part of this. So thank you so much, everyone. You've been brilliant.
Well done, Joe. And hopefully some of the ideas I've made into your notebook, maybe we can put those into some student ideas. Okay, so to announce our penultimate position of AU President, please welcome Andy Hyam to the stage.
Hi guys. Firstly, I'd like to say I'm really disappointed not to be Emily's favourite person, or the nicest person, but that's just how the biscuit crumbles, I guess. So anyway, just two things I want to mention first. I know a lot of people have talked about Guild and AU relations, but I would like to thank the Guild because they have done a wonderful job surpassing all their targets, and I really do feel like one of them. So on a very personal note, thank you very much for putting it all on, guys. It's been very good. And finally, I'd like to say that two of the things that I really value in sport are respect and fair play. And I think that this week we have seen from all the candidates, especially the AU candidates, that respect and fair play has played a massive part in it, and they've been really good. So thank you to them. Okay, so without further ado, firstly, Ronald, 140. Jack Bristow, 1,410. Bronwyn McLean, 996. Josie Vickers, 1,347. Charlie Whitworth, 1,288. This means that Mr. Weasley was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Firstly, Jack Bristow, 1,412. Bronwyn McLean, 998. Josie Vickers, 1,349. Charlie Whitworth, 1,291. This means that Bronwyn was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Again, starting with Jack Bristow, 1,573. Josie Vickers, 1,494. Charlie Whitworth, 1,482. So, going into the final round, Charlie Whitworth was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Jack Bristow, 1,986. Josie Vickers, 1,832. This means that the newly elected AU president is Jack Bristow. Jack, if you'd like to make your way up here, please.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. Thank you to everyone on the hill with me and around campus. Everyone who's been with me for the last month we've been doing this. Thank you to everyone from all the clubs I visited last week. I know you guys kept telling me you appreciated that. But thank you for believing me that we can change the culture of sport for the better and make sport for everyone. Thank you.
Hold him back.
Okay, so we've just seen Jack Bristow win for AU president. He it was a close one though with Josie, but pretty exciting stuff. A lot of kind of loud cries towards the end. One thing that he's kind of said a lot in his manifesto and subsequently in his speech is about how he wants to kind of transform the culture of sport. So it'd be interesting to give it kind of tug his ear on how exactly he plans to do that, and hopefully we should have him up in the studio now, but there's many other medias out there who are desperate to have a little chat with him, so we will have to be patient really. We still have the president, guild president, to be announced, and as well he, as I mentioned, was talking about changing the culture of sport. As we've kind of covered this in Expose, it'd be interesting to kind of ask him what his thoughts are on this. And here he is, Jack Bristow. Congratulations. I'm Rory, nice to meet you. It's Rose. But yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm just completely overwhelmed. I don't think I've quite taken it in just yet. It's unbelievable that so many people liked what I was about, and so many people thought that I was doing the right thing and that they wanted to back a voice for the smaller clubs. I'm not too sure on my history of AU presidents, but I think I'm the first one from, well, I'm probably definitely the first one from the triathlon club, or the first from a smaller club for a long time, and maybe even the first openly gay AU president.
Fantastic. So you've kind of talked about how did you feel when it was kind of announced? Did you have to pinch yourself quite a lot, or was it pretty like, yes, I've got this?
I think I was in shock as soon as they said I won the got the most first round votes. I think it just kept getting more and more unreal, and yeah, still I still don't think it's sunk in.
Great. So I think we're going to go back downstairs to announce the guild president. Congratulations, R. Bristow. It was a great campaign. I think we are heading back downstairs now.
We now move on to the results of who your next guild president will be. Round 1. Reopen nominations, 75. Henry Kerr, 998. Maria Finity, 1,015. Petra Jones, 657. Callum Kumar Shaw, 1,535. Laura Jane Tiley, 1,837. Round 2, Ron was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Henry Kerr, 1,000. Maria Finity, 1,016. Petra Jones, 660. Callum Kumar Shaw, 1,538. Laura Jane Tiley, 1,841. Round 3. Petra Jones was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Henry Kerr, 1,090. Maria Finity, 1,097. Callum Kumar Shaw, 1,633. Laura Jane Tiley, 1,969. Round 4. Henry Kerr was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Maria Finity, 1,383. Callum Kumar Shaw, 1,806. Laura Jane Tiley, 2,213. The final round. Maria Finity was eliminated and the votes were redistributed. Callum Kumar Shaw, 2,163. Laura Jane Tiley, 2,691. Your newly elected Students' Guild President, Laura Jane Tiley.
Okay, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm so proud of everything that everyone's achieved this week, and I just want to thank you so much to everyone that voted. All of the candidates have been so amazing and so supportive of each other, and I'm just so proud of everyone. My team's been amazing. It's been a hard week, but it's been so worth it. And yeah, commiserations to everyone that lost, but well done to everyone that won.
So, congratulations to Laura. That actually concludes this evening's proceedings. Thank you all so much for coming. Just one final round of applause for everyone who took part in this year's campaign.
Well, that is it. All of the results have been announced. It is the first all-girls Sabbs that we've actually ever had, just confirmed by Jack Curtis-Rendell. I'm actually joined at the moment by the current Guild President, Rachel Gillies. Hey, Rachel. Oh, you can sit me here.
Oh,
So, I'm Rory. Just okay.
Hi, Rory.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about those elected?
Yeah, I think it's a really great Sabb team. We've got an all-female Sabb team, which will be
exciting.
fantastic. Yeah, girl power and all that.
Yeah.
I think all the candidates deserve a massive round of applause. They were absolutely incredible, and we could have had a fantastic Sabb team, whatever the outcome. But we've done really well, yeah.
Yeah. So have you enjoyed the whole week, and is it kind of making you a bit nostalgic for last kind of year?
Oh, definitely. It's making me so nostalgic. On Monday, I kind of wanted to be out saying, vote Rage for the Stars. But actually, as I got into it, it was such a privilege to support all the different candidates and see their campaigns and actually remember what that had been like for me and support them through it. So it's been fantastic.
I'm really excited. And from one guild president to another, I think she's over here. She's just giving Harrison Jones, Exposed editor, a hug. Yeah, well-deserved celebrations, but she should be coming over any minute now. But have you got any words for advice that you would give LJ?
Yeah, I think she just needs to enjoy these moments. She's got a long way until she takes it on, but actually that's fantastic because you just get to enjoy the celebrations, bask in the glory of the fact that she's put all that hard work in and been elected, and it was thoroughly deserved. So.
Did you have an LJ tea this week?
I didn't have an LJ tea. I don't drink tea, sadly.
You don't drink tea?
No. Confession of the prez. I don't drink tea. But actually, I think all the campaigns, all the prez candidates put in fantastic work, and I'm so proud. Any of them, it would have been a privilege to hand over my job to.
Yeah.
Take